And guess who else is yours? Doc G. He's back. We were going to do a regular mail sack, but you know something? The phones are El Fuego, and we decided to keep the callers on, and that's what we're going to do for this mail sack. Doc G, you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Perfect, sir.
Awesome.
Stephen, who do we have queued up?
Yeah, that's great. I can take a look at the board here. And Noah put something up here.
Robert, he said Robert.
Robert is on the phone. Robert, you got a question from New York.
Yeah, hey, Ben, how are you? I really enjoy your guys' show, and I really enjoy everything that you're doing there in Atlantis. But, Ben, I got a question for you. You know, everybody's talking about inflammation, and obviously it affects all aspects of our lives. But the question nobody wants to ask is, how does it affect your sex, CBD oil and sex? How does that work?
Oh, that's a great question. So I do. So you guys may or may not know, but I do sexual health and sexual wellness in my clinic as well, of course, with hormone replacement, hormone evaluation. So that's a great question, Robert. So think about this. If you've got lots of inflammation going on, it affects more than just one thing. It affects everything in your body, and one of those things it affects is how your body responds to your sex hormone, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and receptors. It's not just about the level of testosterone or hormone in your body. It's about how the receptors are affected by that. It turns out that CBD helps those receptors, your sex hormone receptors, respond to the hormone itself. So if your receptors are responding better to your hormones, it leads to better sex. It leads to better health. It leads to better, to better sleep. And that's the power of a full spectrum CBD and understanding the endocannabinoid system in the body. Did that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
and I guess just a quick follow on: if I do take it and my wife takes it, will it make me better looking?
The answer is yes, Robert.
Well, if Doc G's been using CBD, then the answer is yes, because that's a handsome young man right there. But thanks for your call, Robert. Also, on Valentine's Day, we actually have a whole episode on CBD and how it relates to romance and relationships. So
and love.
You definitely want to tune into that one. I think we have time for probably one more caller here. Noah's got one flashing, and this is one. This is Catherine. Catherine from Fairfield Glade. What's your question for Doc G today?
Yes, sir. I have been diagnosed with narrow angles in both my eyes. And I've been told that I have to veer away from any kind of steroids. And I need to know if the CBD products will produce a pressure that will cause problems with my irises.
Oh, that's a really good question. So to let you know that CBD has never been studied specifically for glaucoma. However, we do know that CBD is great, as you've heard over and over. It's great for inflammation. So I can't tell you whether CBD will help it, but I can tell you that CBD will not likely hurt it. And it depends on the medications you're on. You bring up another good subject, and that is CBD and medications. And I tell you what, because I know we're running out of time, I'll save that for a Dr. G Corner discussion. I'll probably do it next week about CBD. I'll be specific about CBD and other medications. But to be clear, CBD has not been studied to treat glaucoma. However, it helps with inflammation and it won't likely hurt. It'll be very safe.
Oh, okay. I'm just afraid to use it for my aches and pains, and have my eye pressure increase. So I appreciate your feedback. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Good talking with you.
Yeah, thank you, Catherine. All right, Doc, I think we have time for one more here.
Sure.
And this is Ed calling in. Ed, what's your question for Doc G?
Ed?
Ed? Well, maybe Ed dropped off. I can see what his question was. Ed said, I'm bombarded with CBD ads. How do you know what's good?
Oh,
Good question.
That's a great one. CBD is everywhere. And unfortunately, it's not well regulated either for over-the-counter use. So the best thing to do, first of all, number one, is speak to somebody who's knowledgeable in the use of CBD and where to source CBD properly. no matter where you source it from, always look for what's called the certificate of analysis that tells exactly what's in and what's not in that CBD, in that CBD product. That certificate analysis is very important to get before you choose a specific product, and it must be updated to that product itself for that, for that product itself. It's very important you choose it that way. You're right. You got to be very careful in selecting CBD. I'm not a big fan of CBD-infused tampons, CBD-infused toothpaste, CBD-infused pillowcases that you see. I am certain that does not cause the effect that you were looking for when you do a good tincture under the tongue.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Thank you, callers, today. We are coming up on the end of the show. We want to thank everyone. Mary Miller, thank you for calling in earlier. And if you all get a chance, please give her a call and get your energy checked out. We want to thank Linda for being in the studio.
I have to come back. I still have a lot more questions.
Yeah, Doc, we're going to have to make arrangements for some of this.
Linda, it was really great talking to you and listening to you.
Likewise. Thank you.